came up with the idea of starting the rock?
It was like an incremental process, I'd have to say. When Jay and I were first looking for record deals and no one was giving us any kind of positive feedback, you know, we decided to like make some vinyl, you know what I'm saying, on a small level. And then when things were kicking off, and you know, what had really happened was my crew, the Best Out, I came to them like, yo, we need to start a record company in the clothing, because we were throwing parties and everybody would come to them.
And you were talking about clothing companies back then?
Yeah.
Because that was like 95,
we was making T-shirts. We were marketing, actually. We were like the first crew to make T-shirts. We had the Best Out T-shirts with our names on it, all that. And people responded to us. So I came uptown and I pitched, we need to do this, that, and the third. Best Out Records, Best Out Clothing. And, you know, it seemed like a dream that was not attainable, you know what I'm saying? So not everybody was down. But my man Biggs was like the only dude that called me the next day and was like, yo, that would be hot. So he always kind of had interest in being down with it, and, you know, he gave support in any kind of way that we needed, you know what I'm saying? So when we first started doing the vinyl, you know, like I said, certain doors opened and we capitalized. So incrementally it just built up. And then like finally we was like, yo, I think it might have been Biggs. I was like, let's just go all out. Actually, I remember on the phone, like, we just go for the whole thing. So we just said, let's just do it, man. You know, forget all this getting a deal and this, that, and the third. Let's just do it.
Do you think that going the independent route made you a better businessman and a better executive?
Yeah. If anything but the independent route is the Herb route. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a businessman, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the artists get, if starting out, get 10 or 15 points. It's 100 points being generated. Just because, you know, people are putting up the dough, you shouldn't be able to benefit anything more than 15 points, and then you have all these recoupable costs, you don't make no money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, me being a businessman and not an artist, you know, of course I couldn't get 20% of Jay's 10 points. You know what I'm saying? What would I have? Nothing. And you know, the thing about being independent is yours. You build equity in it. It's yours to buy, it's yours to sell. I could sell Rockefeller whenever we feel. We've already sold half of it and we've caked off. We've made money, and we're very young, and if I feel like it, I can start something brand new and build equity in that with a good formula and sell that as well. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you have to know how to make the money. It's one thing looking good and being hot, but at the end of the day, you know, unless you got some money sitting and you're able to spend, like I like to spend money, I like to be flossy, I like to talk shit, I like to provide for my friends, my family, and give them opportunity to provide for themselves. And, you know, the only way to do that is to really make money. You got to make money, and this money is short. The music business isn't what people think. It's really not that much cake in it, unless you get a Jay-Z, or you run into someone, or Eminem, or Nelly. That shit doesn't happen too often. Jay gave me 7 albums in 7 years. He kept us breathing, and the least I could do is create other opportunities for us to make money. But I make more money with Rockway than Rockefeller, like that.
Can you explain the responsibilities and duties of a CEO?
There's so many. I mean, one is you have to definitely make sure that everything is facilitated. You want things done and make sure that it gets done. But then when you're, you know, at the head of when your position is to be at the head of a lot of different personalities, there's a lot of therapy involved as well, because everyone has to work together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's also a lot of learning how to control your emotions, because you have to react in what's not better for you, but what's better for your team.
What are the things that, because everybody thinks, you know, when they think of CEO, they think of money and you know, extravagant lifestyle. What are the things that they don't see on a day-to-day basis that a CEO does?
The closed-door meetings, definitely the therapy, the feeling and the emotion of lack of being around your family, knowing that they need you more than anything, because inevitably that's really more important than anything. So it's kind of like you have to weigh, if I can provide for my kid, maybe he can't see me today, but it's going to make it to where his life is better. But you want to be there for your kids, you know, those kind of emotions. But the lifestyle is also, the goods definitely outweigh the bads. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love the fact that I can do what I want, when I want, the way I want.
In your opinion, what's the biggest challenge facing today's young black executives, being one?
In what business?
In the business you're in.
I'm in a lot of business.
Music business.
In the music business, I think it's the misconception that if you get a deal and someone goes platinum, that you're going to be rich. It's a very rude awakening. That's like, it really, and it's so hard today, man, in the music business, because you got the bootlegging and the computers. It's just not sweet like it used to be. It just isn't sweet. And I'm pissed, because right now it should be sweet for us, and I'm still hustling. You You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the grind. I still got to get up at 6 in the morning and do interviews and shit
do what
like
you
that.
gotta do, right.
You got to do it. But you know, I remember when I was younger, I was like watching people just put records out and they just blow. Not us, man. I still got to fight for every artist.
What do you want Damon Dash to be remembered for?
Being honest and fair and standing up for his culture. Because trust me, in the movie business, I'm going through it. In the clothing business, I'm going through it. In the music business, I've gone through it. I will not let anybody try to play me. And anyone that could ever have the gall to try to play me, knowing that I will try to make you suffer, knowing that I think I'm smart. Nevertheless, you know, I think I got it all together. Someone that would try to play me is definitely playing everybody in my culture, or try to. So I'm gonna make that nigga suffer for trying to exploit anyone else behind me that just doesn't have the strength and the courage to fight for it. It's not just for me, it's for everybody.
We're going to end it right there on that note right there. Fat Man Scoop, Damon Dash, thank you for coming through. Would you please throw up the Dynasty sign?
With pride.
There it is, inside hip-hop, Fat Man Scoop, Damon Dash. It's a wrap. Holla.